how do you feel about battlers that feel like the app is stunting their growth? Like if they were to be put on YouTube.
That is so false, right? Because you have to really look at the landscape, right? And if you look at the last couple of years that the app has been in existence, it's been about 5 years or so, right? And all of the new stars emerged from the app. None of them have big YouTube history. So if that's the case, there's a bunch of people rapping. There's a million leagues. There's battles happening every weekend. Where are the five? Just give me five MCs that can rival anybody that's come out of Crucible or Proving Grounds in the last 5 years. You can't name them. Not one star. They've had a million YouTube's battles and nothing is happening. Meanwhile, the guys that they say, or the MCs who believe that they don't have the big exposure of YouTube, or the bloggers or people who are saying that they need to be on YouTube, there's no one that can rival them in profile. Not in viewership, not in popularity, not in people wanting to see them perform. There's no one that you can name. All of the stars have emerged from URL.
Before the fans say we ain't tried to, can we?
Name them.
Name somebody.
Just give me five.
That's
Give me
constant.
five guys.
That's not affiliated.
That's constantly
Give me
getting
five
YouTube
people,
drops.
right, that are not on URL, right? No. That are not on URL, that are on YouTube, that battle. There's a million platforms that you can name that people say are close to URL or are competition.
Better yet,
Name
bees. You name them. I want you to name.
I can name
wait,
some.
hold on. I want I want him to name the artist that actually came from the app.
Right.
That you know what I mean?
Right.
So it could make more sense to them.
I could say like Real Sick.
All right, Real Sick.
Say,
All right, like so.
You could say
Yes.
Real Sick. You could
Yes.
say Easy the Block Captain.
Yes.
You
Okay.
could say I'm trying to think who else was in that class of all those guys. You had Real Sick, Easy the Block Captain. You had Lou Castro. You had Drugs. You had
When was Eunice?
Eunice is now right now.
now,
You have
yeah.
Eunice.
Yeah.
You have all these different guys that you could name for days that come from Crucible and the app. And now even with
Jay
those,
Nightwing.
yeah, Jay Knight, all those guys.
Jay Knight was
Now
nice,
you can't name five other people who rival them in profile.
That's outside of our movement.
That's outside of
Nah.
That's outside of
You can't.
the URLs system or energy or concentration or whatever.
You said?
right.
Yeah.
That's on that level.
They would argue.
Who's popping outside of
last 2 years?
They would
yeah,
argue.
who's popping outside of our organization that you could basically say that they making noise out here in
They
this
would
culture?
argue
that-
A Ward. They will argue A Ward.
Okay.
A Ward doesn't come from URL, but A Ward doesn't count because A Ward comes from King of the Dot. He emerged from King of the Dot, and he was on a major platform already. But if you want to use him, right, his views still don't rival those guys that I named in viewership. Like if he's not battling an MC that is from URL,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. And I'm not taking away from his skill
That's
set.
what I
I'm
meant
not, or his profile. He's
That's
a
what I
talented
meant by that.
MC.
Like a lot of his
But there's
profile
nobody
pictures
that
and battling people
who
with
does
it.
that. You know what I'm saying?
what's
And
stopping
A-Ward's been
A-Ward?
around for like
stopping
7
A-Ward
years,
from being on
8
URL?
years.
I was saying, what's stopping A-Ward from being on URL?
That's public relations.
Oh,
that's a public relations question.
HR over here.
There is nothing from stopping him from being on URL. I know that he has relationships with some other platforms, and I tried up until recently. For the most part, I've always been a proponent of exclusivity. I think it's what built our company. Because if we have the stars and you can see them here and you see all the best and the biggest matches on URL over the years, it's what made us who we are. So I know that a lot of times when we approached him, there were other platforms that he wanted to go to, so we encouraged him to do that. You know what I mean? And I guess whenever the time is right and, we feel like, we want to work with each other, it'll happen then. But there's nothing that's preventing him from being on URL.